question, anything else like that. This is going to be more so a conversation today. It's not just going to be a speech, so when y'all have questions, feel free to ask, especially about a certain topic. But relationships. So before we kind of get started, I'm just going to give a little bit of backstory of my life and myself. So currently, I actually am in a relationship. I have a beautiful girlfriend named Asia Varian. She lives in Florida. She was actually my high school sweetheart. We have not been dating since high school, but we are together now. And then a little bit further back, I come from a divorced household, so I understood what a broken home looked like, but I also saw what two people who come together to take care of their kids and to show them, even though we didn't get it right, you can. And so I've been so fortunate to do that. And I will start to just really talk about what relationships really are. We want to talk about dating, yes, but relationships are more than just dating. It's really 4 different types of relationships I really want to talk to y'all about today. The first one is a relationship with the higher power. Whether you believe in God or whether you believe in something else, a relationship with the higher power always should start first when you're dating somebody. You want somebody who has those same values as you. And so it starts off with that relationship with God. So I'm going to write some of these down so we can chalk it up. So relationship.
Raise your name.
Yeah. I have not used chalk in forever. So it's okay. So number 1, relationship. With God. Number 2, relationship with yourself. And I love y'all mantra. That's self-affirmation. So starting before you even get to talking to anybody else, before you can love anybody else, before you can be with anybody else, you got to know who you are as an individual first. It took me a while to even understand that. In high school, I played football, I ran track. I could be considered popular, but I was always in a relationship, and I never really took time to understand who I was and what I really wanted, because I was always busy with sports, and while I wasn't busy with sports, I was just talking to somebody in a relationship constantly. And so literally since, I would say 7th grade to 12th grade, I was in a relationship at least. I probably was only single for like a month or 2 while I was in between each relationship. It was actually a detriment to my relationship. I'm not gonna sit here a lot. Like, a girl would break up with me, or we would break up, and then I would find somebody else to date, and then it was just that competition. And then I never really took time to understand who I was until I got to college. And so I really realized when I was in college that the relationship with myself was more important than the relationship I had with anybody else. I had to understand my self-worth. I had to understand how I need to communicate with myself, speak positivity into my life, so that I can one day speak positivity into somebody else's life. And then I also had to just understand the things and standards that I want, realizing that, I can't compromise in every situation. There was some non-negotiables, that's a big word, but some non-negotiables that you have when you're dating somebody, when you have a friendship, it's always non-negotiables. Like, a non-negotiable for me is disrespect. I don't like somebody who's constantly disrespectful. Neither should you. You should never want anybody in your life, whether it's a friend or a significant other, to always be disrespectful and not caring for themselves. Because now the relationship is already starting off on a shaky foundation. All right. So then after that, we have relationships with family and friends, because those are also important. Even before you even get into a relationship with somebody. Sometimes people are raised a little bit differently. Their friends see people differently, whether it's you have a friend who might not like the person you're dating. So it's always important to understand the type of friends you have around, because if you have good friends, your friends always want you to date somebody who can take care of you. So sometimes people get a relationship and become very distant from their friends. And then because of those relationships that they have with their friends, that if your friend really cares for you, you shouldn't become distant just because you're with somebody. It's a way that everybody can be, in relationship with each other, and that you be in relationship with somebody while you're dating. And then the last one, of course, the main topic for today is relationships with significant others. So I want to pose a question to you. How many of y'all see social media and see what you want in a relationship from social media sometimes? Anybody? Y'all laughing. I see some of y'all chuckling like, I get some of what y'all.
Be honest.
Yeah, be honest. Look, come on. So on social media, what do you like to see as far as when it comes to like relationship goals? We see that a lot on social media. Relationship goals. What are some relationship goals that we have?
For me.
Get money with a person. That's actually a good one. Okay. What else?
For me.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't want to be in a relationship right now.
Okay, that's fine. Anybody else? How many of y'all dating right now? Real quick. Okay. It's not. I'm sorry. It's okay. For those of you not dating, it's fine. Enjoy high school. You have your entire life to date. So just enjoy high school. Ooh. It's okay. It's okay. It's high school. People date. Some people don't date. For those of you not dating, continue not to. It's fine. You have the rest of your life to actually date. It's better for you to get to know yourself now. So then later down the road, you don't have to kind of recover from some of the trauma that a lot of people go through while dating in high school and dating in their beginning years of college. And so, when it comes to this relationship with significant others, though, what are some of the things that must be, I guess, at the forefront of the relationship that must always happen in order for you to have a successful relationship? Communication. Okay, that's one. Respect. Okay. Trust. Okay. Anybody else? Okay. What else? So y'all like to say it? That's the respect. Y'all. Loyalty. Okay. So, there's nothing else. What about attraction? What about attraction? Yeah, like, what about attraction? Like, that's no for real. Like, I know sometimes we want to talk about, like, well, it's not always about looks. It's not always attraction. Attraction isn't just looks. So, like, attraction isn't just how a person dresses. Attraction may be how a person carries themselves, how they are, how they speak. That's very important when it comes to that. So you can be attracted to different things, but at the same time, attraction is a very, like, important piece of a relationship. If you're not attracted to somebody, your eyes may always look somewhere else. So you always want to be attracted to that person and then have all those other principles. Communication, respect, loyalty. Like, all of those are important. Without communication and respect, you can have a relationship with anybody. But that's a friend, a parent, anybody, a business relationship, a school relationship, an organization. Without communication and respect, people don't go forward. So, and so when it comes to just, dating and everything else, it's like, it's very important to realize, like, the red flags of a relationship too. So, what are red flags? Disrespect. Okay. Yep. Childish already? Okay. Yeah, that is.
How about temperament?
Okay, so unambitious. I want to stop for a second. Temperament, that's a very important one. People who have short fuses, you have to watch people who anger quickly. But especially guys. You got to watch guys who anger quickly. I work for an organization who deals with domestic violence. And so temperament is very important when you're understanding. Somebody can show you those red flags really early, and sometimes people ignore them, and they only get worse. And so when it comes to certain relationships, you got to realize that somebody has a short temper or have an anger issue, they really got some things that they have unresolved in them, and that you, no matter what you do, no matter how much you try to treat them well, no matter how much you buy them, like gifts and items, like, their temperament is not going to change until they want it to change, until they do the things that they need to help them change. So, all right. So these are the four, main relationships that people have. The fifth one is business relationships. If y'all started a business already, y'all are some good ones, because I won't even think about a business in high school. So if you are, business relationships are very important, and who you conduct business with as well. And so, opposing to this, when we get to significant others, we talk about just these principles that really help build a relationship. And now I want to talk about another one. And you know what that is? The idea of love. So I want to pose a question. What is love? Come on. You already got time.
You got it. She said, I'm trying to keep my stuff. Okay. You in a safe place. Her ears are
okay, that's great, yes.
I like that.
Come on. Y'all gotta have some idea of love. All these love stories out here, all these celebrities, all this likes on Instagram, like, come on now, how you doing? Good. I'm Josh, by the way. We talk about relationships today, dating 101. Okay, so how many of y'all got social media as well? Y'all, majority of y'all? Okay, here. So when it comes to relationships, I remember when I was growing up, especially in high school, we had this, it was called being Facebook official or Instagram official. And that if our significant other didn't post us, that they did not love us, that they didn't want to show the world to us.
Oh my God.
But truth though, just with the aid, with social media, advancing so far, some people get really caught up in social media and that if their, their significant other isn't posting them or isn't even just posting about like being happy and being in a relationship, they question the love of the relationship, or even if it is love in the relationship. And sometimes relationships are just about liking each other, and they find a way to love each other later down the road. But then, especially in our generation, a lot of people jump in love so quick without even knowing what love is. So that's why I wanted to pose that question. So what is love? We talked about being able to be yourself around it. What else? Come on. You still ain't saying like it's not deep. It's just what do y'all think love is? It doesn't have, y'all don't have to have the right answer. Just what is in your mind, what does love consist of you? Okay. Okay. I'm about to go around the whole room.
Exactly.
I will go one by one.
Exactly. Killing me right now.
So, all right, cool. We'll start here. So, what's love to you? Actually, real quick, can you say your name, please, and then say what? Because I can get to know y'all too as I'm going around.
Alright, well, I'm Crystal,
Hey, Crystal,
and
okay.
I feel like love is a sign to, human beings.
It is. That's not first of all, that's not a wrong answer. But just to live a successful life, it's all based on relationships. People don't even know that. A lot of people's, traumas in their life are all dealing with relationships. Whether it's a mother and daughter relationship, whether it's a father and son relationship, whether it's a father and daughter relationship, or then it's relationships with significant others and everything. All successful people have had positive relationships in their life or found a way to have positive relationships in their life. So, all right.
I'm Kayla, and I actually don't have anything to say because I'm trying to refrain from that.
Okay.
Because
We will get into that. Okay. We're not gonna get into yours, but we'll get into that. That's good. But that's actually really good.
What did she say? Repeat it? I didn't hear. She said she didn't want to get into it.
She didn't want to get into what love is because of past things. That would be my last little point about how to overcome before you even jump into a dating relationship is how you get over past relationships. Because you can't really get into a fruitful relationship with somebody else if you haven't gotten over your past. So that's fine.
Yeah. My name is Rakaya. Love to me is just having a strong bond
Okay.
with that person.
Okay, connection, chemistry. All right.
Oh, I thought you went down. My name's Sarah, and I think love is being able to forgive someone over and over and over again.
Over and over again, not over and over and over again. That's a bad habit that they have. If you have to forgive them for something constantly, especially.
And if they push you over, like if they try to abuse your kindness, then that's different. But if it's like just being able to be around someone and besides, like not look at their mistakes all the time, little things you can just keep it pushing.
Okay.
Keep loving.
Josh, let me ask you this, just 1 second. Are you talking about romantic love or any kind of love?
Any kind of love. We don't have to get, because that's a whole nother conversation. We get into the different types of love.
Right,
But
okay.
love in relationship period. You can have this same type of love with a friend, so understand that communication, not lying. Like, your friend can cross you but too many times. It's true that's not a friend to you. But it's the same thing with your significant other. So when we talk about relationships, I'm putting it in the context of all relationships, but then also just, harping on some of the points when it comes to romantic relationships as well. All right.
My name is Tyrielle. I feel as if love is like a connection, feeling to somebody, and also trusting them enough to not break your heart.
Okay, that vulnerability. That's an important part of love. Sometimes people say they love somebody but have all these walls up, right? So somebody's really good for them, but they have all of these walls up and they're not letting them be in. So they really haven't allowed them to, feel that love from that person, experience true love because they have all these boundaries up. So when you break those boundaries down, you're allowing that person to not only, they have the power to break your heart, but they actually have the power to also even increase your life and have a fruitful life with you because you let those boundaries down. So, all right.
My name is Kimani, and I also think love is like being able to work through the hard
care of each other. For a real quick second, love is when you have the ability to give to somebody and they give to you. So it's like you deposit this. If we're using money as an analogy, if somebody does something kind for you, that's basically depositing like money into your bank account. And so the more kindness that they do to you, they're depositing to your bank account, and you should reciprocate that. And so then when you have enough love, say for instance they mess up just a little bit, that takes a little bit out of the account. But when you have done so many things to show a person you love them, that it really doesn't even matter. Like you still got, out of $100, you still got $95 left because, you know, they deposited so much into it and they showed you like what it's really about. So.
I'm Tangier.
Okay.
Well, from the relationship I'm in now, I've kind of, how can I say it? Okay, so my past relationship, I wasn't getting a lot of attention because I was very insecure about my body and all that stuff. So, but this relationship, I can say that I can tell him anything. You know, he's always there for me. So,
Hi, my name is Giselle.
Giselle.
I think love is about getting to know someone, getting to be there for them, and getting to know what they're struggling and the hard times that they go through.
okay, my name is Ashley. My definition of love is like the definition of honesty, like a bond, a strong bond.
Okay.
I love, and I think love is reciprocal. And, no.
It's fine.
My name is Naturally.
Okay.
Love is,
You don't have a relationship. Come on. Come on. It's okay. All right. So I want to add two things to all of y'all statements. Love is a choice and love is an action as well. Love is a feeling, but it's more than a feeling. Love is a choice. Somebody, you can choose to love somebody, and you can choose to stop loving them as well. But when you don't realize that love is a choice, you just allow yourself to be in unhealthy relationships. But at the same time, when you choose to understand that love is an action, you allow to even add more fruit to the tree and actually put the tree in better soil. And so when you understand that love is a choice and love is an action, and what those actions should be showing, what that person should be showing you, how that person should be showing that they take care of yourself and still taking care of your emotional needs, your physical needs later down the road. But that's how you should, like, that's how love is shown. And love has to be more than just a feeling, especially to keep a relationship together. Love is not the only thing that will keep a relationship together. We cover some of those principles, but love is one of those fundamental things for a fulfilling relationship to happen. And so when somebody doesn't understand what love is, sometimes they create toxic relationships. And that leads me into my next little point is the 10 unhealthy signs of a relationship. So my mom has these packets that I want to kind of go through. So with the organization that I work with, we kind of teach people what a healthy relationship looks like and what an unhealthy relationship looks like. So when you see these signs, especially in an unhealthy relationship, you kind of understand like that's a red flag. Like I should be watching out for this, I should be watching out for the next thing.
Not my own personal. My last student.
Oh, Mom, pass me one.
You know I need one of my babies.
Your grandkids.
My grandkids.